Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Texas Motor Speedway, the site of tonight's running of the Victory Fuel Cup Series Texas 250 here on Full Throttle Television. My name's Bernie Hanna. In the booth with me is Tony Solari. And Tony, we've got an exciting one tonight, of course, here at the Lone Star State. The big track here in Texas, with the ends are a little bit different on each side of the track. It's going to throw some curveballs to some of these drivers here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, what can't be said already about this track that you haven't said in the last two broadcasts? I mean, this kind of completes the trifecta for our Texas run. I mean, second time we've been here in Texas. Obviously, we were here for the COTA race. But yeah, these guys are going to have to battle these double-ended track for sure. 1 and 2 is a little bit flatter, a little bit bigger. Then 3 and 4 comes up and bites you with a little bit of banking. And I know the front straight or the tri-oval gets a little tight there as well. So I mean, it's kind of a little difficult track for some of these guys. It's almost like Pocono in a way, where you got a couple different ends, a couple different corners to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a challenging track for these guys. Challenging for this car as well, as the transitions are a little bit different here through 1 and 2, through 3 and 4. And we come in with a pretty good points battle going on as well.
Yeah, the points battle has always been kind of heating up, more so for second place, though, than our first place, because I think Federer Place has got this thing kind of sewed up right now. But I'm looking through the Nick Elford is out there, so he's going to be trying to battle for that second spot. I don't remember. Well, you don't have the stats up right now, so I'm sure you're getting ready to post them. But yeah, we'll see what the point status actually looks like. But I think it's still a battle for second.
Yeah, Nick Alford in second. Brandon Federplace kind of running away with it. Tim Wortman, we were just watching him do his qualifying run in third. Richie Coy fourth, and Victor Fluger in fifth. Yeah, it's a fun little battle. We're getting down to the end of it. There's 3 races counting tonight remaining for the series. You got this. Actually, we'll look at our schedule and give you guys a little heads up on that too. This, then Watkins Glen, and then finishing up at Dover Motor Speedway. So we're getting towards the end of it here for this points battle in the 8th season.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, looking at the points too, I mean, yeah, it's really a battle for third right now, because you've got the Wortman, Richie Coy, and Victor Fluger kind of in a 33-point battle right now. Nick Alford's got a little bit of cushion for second, but yeah, nobody's got anything for Brandon right now, unless Brandon has. He would almost need to have 3 last place finishes for Nick to even maybe catch up with him, and that's pretty much how much of a lead he's got having right now.
Well, we had a heck of a battle last week. We had Kermit Henney, a first-time winner, winning at Talladega Superspeedway, getting pushed by their points leader, Brandon Federplace. Brandon's like, I don't need the points. Here, you go ahead and take it. I'm kidding. You really don't think like that as a driver, but he was able to kind of push him across the line there, get Kermit his first win. Kermit very appreciative. Learned a lot about Kermit, talking to him as well, and very humble, down-to-earth guy. It really was excited to get that win last season. I was excited for him to get it as well. Popular win through the series.
Yeah, I mean, your first win is always, the most memorable for you, especially with a league of this caliber. And, yeah, Kermit got it done. And Brandon and Kermit are good friends. And, Brandon kind of did the respectable thing and said, you know what, I'm going to stick with him and push him. He even kind of pushed him out ahead of his own teammates. So, yeah, I mean, it just kind of shows you that, friends are definitely needed in Talladega. You don't necessarily have to be teammates, but you got to have that little friendly mutual respect as well. And, yeah, it was great to see last week. And, yeah, again, Brandon didn't. He could afford not losing or not winning that race, and he still got that bonus plan, at least as far as the points go for him right now. So yeah, it was good all around. Tonight's gonna be a different story, I think, though.
Turning our attention back to tonight, and don't know why my logos are not showing up in this now. Great job there, but. This Texas Motor Speedway, we talked about how treacherous this track is, and there's a lot of different places that can bite you. I think turn 2 is a place you have to kind of watch out for. Even the front stretch with the dog legs. You talked about the other night. You talked about how tight that is, and we saw some accidents there as well. When you get a car turned sideways on the front stretch, there is nowhere to go. You have to kind of take to the grass. And overall, things just happen faster. This is a fast track.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, 1 and 2, you can really kind of pitch it in, and then I know you got to worry about the exit of 2. I believe we saw a few incidents there with the Vanlilys race, but yeah, down the front stretch in the truck race, we had a couple of guys not being able to restart properly, and it gets so tight down there too. So I mean, there's a lot that can happen in this one mile and a half track. But yeah, it's a little. There's really no consistency here. You know, the back straight's way bigger than the front straight, and both corners are completely different. And it just, yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of guys would like to have the old Texas back, or maybe even a new revamp that maybe kind of equalizes it more. But for right now, this is what we got.
Yep, for sure. And I think they've just finished up in their. Yeah, I love the fact that this is not working. They're finished up the qualifying. We're going to throw it down to our starting lineup and hope that that shows up. We'll see what happens when we click this button here for the starting lineup for the Texas 250. Would you look? No logos, but we're going to go through the starting lineup anyway. The 83 of Tim Wortman starting on pole, fastest in practice, pole in qualifying. Let's see if he can go for the trifecta in the win tonight. That's Chevrolet number 83 starting up front. To the outside of the front row is the 19. That is Richie Coy in the Victory Fuel Ford. He'll start bridesmaid. We'll see if he can do one better in the race. Julio Villalobos with a great lap is going to be starting in the third position in his Chevrolet, and flanking him on the outside, the number 31, Jeff Chandler in that Toyota. Starting fifth spot, that is the 94 Toyota of Tyler Bowers at Napa Toyota. Starting sixth spot is the 33, the Donut Machine, the Dunkin' Donuts Chevrolet of Ben Tracy. Seventh spot going to go to your points leader, the 34. That is Brandon Fetterplace. And to the outside of him, the 99 Kevin Ruff will flank him in the fourth row. Ninth spot going to go to the number 14. That is Lane Allen in his Chevrolet. And 10th spot, rounding out your top 10, is the 98. That is Nick Alford.
All right, starting 11th, we have the 21 car of Victor Fluger. Then Joshua Wakefield in car 44, starting 12th. You have Jose Medina starting 13th in car 24. Then you have Joshua Gaiman in car 61, starting 14th. Austin DeMore, car number 5 in 15th spot. Then you have Brian Messer, 16th spot in car 40. Derek Catt, car 29 in 17th spot. Zach Steven in 72 car in the 18th spot. David Duran in the 51 car, starting 19th. Then you have Kerman Henney, last week's winner, in the 20th spot in the car 84. Casey McMullen, car 71 in the 21st spot. Then you have Chad Curran in the 22nd spot in car 12. Mason Hoffner in car 30 in the 23rd spot. And then following up the rear, you got Brian Bliss in car number 8, and he is the 24th car in the 24-car field. So not a huge turnout, but still a lot of good players out there and a decent field.
Yep, I'm going to try to get this fixed right quick. See if a reload will work.
Well, yeah, they're pacing. A little chatter going on, a little pre-race chatter from some of the guys right now. A little encouragement, maybe trying to make some guys laugh here.
Hey, looks like that works. So we are in business. All right. Get ready for the start. Tim Wortman on the pole, Tony. He's been fast. Let's see if he can get that first. We had a first-time winner last week. See if we can get another one this week.
He's been knocking on the door every week, and it's just been Mr. Consistency out there. But yeah, let's see him in victory lane.
All right, they come through 3 and 4. Pace car is going to peel off. There he does. We're getting ready for the start. Tim Wortman bringing him down. Richie Coy in second. Villalobos, Chandler Bowers getting ready for the Texas 250 here at Texas Motor Speedway. Green flag flies, and we're off and racing here at Texas.
Fortunately, yeah, I didn't see too much of a stagger there on the restart like we saw in the truck race. Everybody got through there pretty clean so far.
Side by side for the lead. Richie Coy hanging out on the outside of Tim Wortman for the lead. Second settled. Battle for third, though, is on.
Yeah, the leaders are kind of giving each other a little bit of space out there right now. And, yeah, Richie does not want to give it up, but he's going low.
Yeah, Wortman had that preferred lane through 3 and 4. Going to lead the first lap. Your pole sitter going to take it away here on lap 1. Richie Coy in second. Villalobos in third. Battle for fourth. Chandler to the outside now. The battle for third outside of the 45 Villalobos.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, yeah, Chandler kind of got shuffled to the outside there. And I know the preferred lane is the inside, but there he goes. He slipped back in.
I don't know if he got shuffled, Tony. I think he chose that out there. And,
he tried to get out there. Oh, yeah, it did, actually. Well, maybe getting that momentum work. I know this this track really kind of eats tires. I mean, we say this week in, week out, clean air is king, and then got to save and watch that tire wear. But this is one of those tracks that I've always found that kind of really just gnaws away at that rubber. So you got to be a little careful, and you got to make sure that early on run, you don't burn it up too much.
Well, I think Jeff Chandler got a little high there. Almost hit the wall there off the corner.
I almost think he did. Yeah, it was very close.
And watching back here, Nick Alford working that outside, gets around the 33 of Ben Tracy. Using that outside in 1 and 2, Tony. Looks like that's working so far.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can definitely do it, especially too with the iRacing tire model. Some of the marbles and some of the old rubber gets shoved up to the top of the track. So early on in the race, you might be able to get away with that. I don't know if it's really too feasible towards the end of the run, though.
33, I think, took evasive maneuvers there to go to the outside, trying that outside lane that Alford used to pass him. Was able to hold off Brandon Fetterplace right behind him in the 34.
Well, we know Brandon's probably just out there riding. He just needs to finish these races. He doesn't have to really go out there and go after it. And if he finds himself in a good spot later on in this race, he's going to be there. But yeah, he's really just kind of just out there for a nice Monday cruise. But everybody's pretty much single file all the way through the field. Although we do got a little bit of 3 wide. I say that. Derek Catt, Kermit Henney, and is that David Durant on the inside? Yeah. They are still running 3 wide. Kermit in the sandwich. He's had a little frog sandwich there.
Get you some frog legs.
Yeah. All right, it looks like Derek Catt kind of led out of that and allowed them off the single file. But man, David Durant looks like he's kind of on a little bit of a tear right now. Kind of burning up through the field.
And Brandon Fetterplace now working there. Oh, we got somebody spinning down to, or almost spinning. Villalobos was an issue with Jeff Chandler. Both those guys going backwards on the backstretch. I don't know what exactly transpired right there.
Go back and look there.
Well, I'm going to have to go back a lap to see if I can see what happened.
Oh, I think Jeff actually kind of cracked the wall there, and Lobos was right down there.
Going back and looking at a replay here, coming off turn 2. This is a replay. Up high off turn 2, had a moment there, cracks the wall. You're right, almost takes Villalobos with him. Somehow they saved that. What an amazing save by those two.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, unfortunately, Jeff was running pretty good there. He's back down to 9th spot right now.
Yeah, 9th. Villalobos right in front of him in 8th. Both those guys victims right there.
Yeah, he's got Joshua Gaiman right behind him, and Gaiman's up already 4 spots, sitting in 10th. He just got around Lane Allen, so yeah, Joshua's on the move to the front here.
Another one on the move, the 40, Brian Mess. Well, actually, Messer's right where he started. Just going back there looking. Jack Stevens in front of him, up 3 spots. He's moving through the field as well.
Yeah, a couple movers and shakers right now, but nothing really on the lead right now. I mean, Tim Wortman's still got a pretty good lead over Richie Coy, about a half a second. I mean, we're only, what, not even, we haven't even hit 10 laps in, but I think they're getting ready to take that 10th lap here.
Yeah, 167 laps tonight. The stage break at lap 40, so we'll be looking for that. And that's what all these drivers are kind of focused on. That 40, that lap 40, you kind of get a breath, take a break, and kind of reassess what you have under the car here.
Yeah, but it's kind of a medium length track as far as a mile and a half, or actually it's really one of the longer mile and a halfs that we actually go to. So that 40 lap, you can really tear up some rubber within those 40 laps. So again, some of these guys are only a quarter into the 40 lap stage. You gotta kind of baby your stuff a little bit, save stuff for later on here.
Tyler Bowers dives under the 19. 19 Akoi wiggles there. Through 3 and 4, hangs on to it. The 98 follows him through, but the 19 struggling with the handling there in 3 and 4, at least up top. He kind of got forced up top through 3 and 4, and looks like his car kind of started dancing around.
And he's got the 33 down, the donut machine on the outside. Trying to take advantage of that right now.
I don't know if donuts and Victor Fuel mix too well, but...
well, one's got a lot of sugar, and the other one, I believe, has no sugar.
Oh, so. That mixed a little bit there. Trading some paint through 3 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, when that was all happening, too, I mean, Brandon Fetterplace had an opportunity to go 3 wide, but he chose not to, and Kevin Ruff kind of gave him a little breather as well. So, I mean, that could have been a bad situation, but they all did the right thing right there, and kind of let it kind of sink fly. But, man, look at Ben Tracy. He got a great exit there. Unfortunately, he had nowhere to go with Nick Alford. Now he had to really slow up, backed up to the 19 again.
Tries to pull down in front of the 19, and Coy does. It's going to force Coy to kind of get a little tight. They're side by side behind him, though. Kevin Ruff working that outside of Brandon Fetterplay. Is going to take over that position.
Yeah, he's going to make that outside pass work. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of that outside really taking some play right now. I don't know what it's going to do later on in the run, but
whoa! I knew that was going to get too tight. Wasn't enough room there for the 99. He finds the wall of turn 2 as the 19 drifts up off the corner.
Yeah, wow. I think I heard a little bit of an apology there on the 19. Saying, sorry, I got a little slow there.
Gonna have to look at that car on the next pit stop. That was a pretty good hit.
Yeah.
A lot of movers and shakers going on back here. Almost 3 wide coming off turn 2. Back here, Zach Stevens, Lane Allen, and Victor Fluger all right here together.
Yeah, Jose Medina now on the outside of Lane Allen. Yeah, there was that 3 wide action for a little bit, but they sorted it out. So, I mean, it's not bad if you could get by clean. And it's just one of those things you got to kind of be a little picky and choosy. I mean, we still have 35 laps. Or no, 25 laps to go before the stage. So, again, you got to kind of relax out there, save a little bit, save it for the bottom end of this run here.
Race cars are all over the place. You see a lot of different lines being used back here. Stevens using an interesting line there. Jose Medina all the way up the track in 1 and 2. And then in front of him, Fluger using the more conventional line. So,
well, that's kind of what brings this track, you know, that's the beauty of having such a wide 1 and 2, and you know, having these different ends of the track. I mean, some of these cars are probably a little bit more tuned for one corner than the other, and you know, you might set up the car to run a little wide in 1 and 2, and then or at least maybe a little tighter in 1 and 2, and then you could be a little wider in 3 and 4, or vice versa. And, it does promote that line. And obviously, yeah, we've seen some passes on the inside and the outside, so it's a good double groove racetrack here, and everybody's doing a great job so far. I'll tell you though, Tim Wortman, ever since Richie kind of fell back, he has been able to still kind of command this lead. Tyler Bowers really has not made a dent on that lead. He's still about 0.8 away.
Yeah, but I am watching those guys, both Tyler Bowers and Nick Alford, to see if they can make up any time there. They're kind of working together. Those teammates there, 2nd and 3rd now, trying to inch in on our leader.
Yeah, I see Brandon Fetterplay. He's getting underneath the 19. So yeah, he's their 3rd teammate, obviously our points leader, and he's going to kind of spread the other 2 teammates of the 19 and the 33.
That's tight off the corner there. Here comes the 19 trying to fight back to the inside. Can't quite get there. 34 going to shut the door. Brandon Fetterplay takes over 5th there.
Yep. So the obvious cream is rising to the top here, but is it going to still hang out for the? Is it going to still be like this for another 20 laps here? That's the big question. You got a lap car already. That's Mason Hoffner, I believe, almost getting ready to go a lap down here.
Yeah, Hoffner telling the lead lap here. How will that affect?
Kind of low in the middle of the track. Yeah, but no, he's giving him some space up top now.
Wortman's going to get by him on the straightaway here. No issues there.
I'll tell you, though, Tyler Bowers kind of stepped up. He's pulled away from his teammate a little bit, and he is starting to catch Tim Wortman a little bit. So he's gained about 0.2 since the last time we really talked about him. Now, but they're all dealing with the Mason Hoffner lap car right now. So everybody's using him as that chicane. Man, here comes Brandon Fetterplay. He was kind of shuck and jive around the 33 there. Took that spot real easy.
So high lap here is 2, 3, and 4 right now in those Toyotas. Ben Tracy in 5th. The lone Chevrolet amongst the tops. Well, opposed to your leader. Your leader's also a Chevrolet. So
Tim ran a 30.38 last lap, and Tyler Bowers ran a 30.68, sorry, 30.68, and then Tyler ran a 30.67. So this is just a tick faster.
He ran a 6.7?
He ran 6.7, yeah.
All right, nice. Nice for you to throw that in there.
Definitely wasn't planned. I didn't even think about it when I was
sure that's on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon Fetterplay's going around Nick Alford.
Yeah.
Trying to go around Nick Alford for 3rd.
Well, they're teammates. Teammates in name only, right?
Sometimes you race your teammates a little harder than you race everybody else anyway. So
That's true, yeah. But I think again, it kind of goes back to what I said about third place early on. He was just out there kind of running around, having a nice little Monday drive, and not really burning up the stuff. And again, we're a little over halfway into this run right now, and this is when you're going to start seeing who's able to save and who's been kind of burning them up a little bit. And it looks like third place has been he's good at saving, so he's definitely got a little bit over his teammate right now. Still just trying to get by him.
yeah, not able to make the pass either. The 98 of Alfred able to use that outside lane and maintain third spot. So he was not able to make that pass.
Nope, not yet. Not yet, but I have a feeling it's coming. And actually, we're going to have a lane change or a lead change here coming soon because Tyler is definitely turned up the wick a little bit, and he is 3/10 away from Wortman.
Well, unfortunately, my lap counter is not working, so I don't know what lap we're on, but we got to be getting close to that lap 40.
Well, no, not really. They're going to be taking lap 25 as they cross the start-finish line.
Okay, so he's going to hang on 15 more laps. That's going to be a tall task.
That's going to be tough for sure. Especially, okay, so Tim ran a 30.71 that last lap. Tyler ran a 30 point, I don't even want to say it, 6.7.
Oh. There it is again, Tony. You're on it tonight. Tony with the 6-7. Tony with the 6-7 references tonight. I tell you.
If I would have rounded, it would have been 6.8. So maybe I should have done that. But yeah, I mean, he's just again running a tick faster. But that's all you need right now is being that tick faster. And then the big problem is with just being a tick faster, you're going to have to get into another line that the guy that Tim is obviously using right now. Man, he had a great.
Yeah, it was like Tim had an issue off turn 2 there. It's going to allow Tyler Bowers to the inside, and right around, he's going to scoot and take the lead here. Tyler Bowers to the front. And then the battle for second. Still heating up there.
Yeah, still brewing. Yeah, I was going to say, it might be a little hard for Tyler Bowers to get around Tim there, but nope. I was completely wrong.
Well, with all that battling, they're actually these two back here, 34 Fetter Place and Nick Alfred, are actually catching as well.
Well, and if you look even behind him, you still got Ben Tracy, Joshua Gaiman, who's actually made up a lot of spots. They're 14th, is up to 6th right now, so he's been kind of tearing through the field as well. But yeah, you got Richie Coy back there, Kevin Ruff. I believe Victor Fluger is even in that little. Oh no, Fluger's not in that group right now. He's in the second pack basically. Or no, he's kind of on his own little island in between the one main pack, the front pack, and then the secondary pack.
Jace Motorsports having a good showing so far. Kermit Henning started towards the rear, up 9 spots, up to 11th spot. Just got around Julio Villalobos. And in front of him, we were riding with Joshua Gaiman, up 8 spots, up to 6 spots. So far, those Jace Motorsports cars have some speed here tonight.
Yep. Yeah, Joshua, you know, we usually, I don't know him very much as far as a tire saver, but he's obviously been able to turn on the speed. I mean, obviously coming through the field pretty good, and still, I mean, he's making headway on the 33 right now. He might be able to get the 33 here in about another lap or two. He's definitely pulling away from the 19 of Kevin Ruff behind him, so definitely moving forward in the field.
Yeah, Joshua Gaiman right on the back bump of the 33 of Tracy. Going to move him up the track there. Here comes the 61 underneath him with a run off the corner, trying to clear him into turn 1.
Yeah. Almost. All right, I think he might have him on exit here.
Yeah, take it.
Front.
Yep.
Ooh. 33 got a little loose there, yeah.
Let's go back him up to Richie Coy, who's going to go around him off turn 2. So Coy up a position because of that. He's going to take over the 6th position. Going the wrong way, though, is the 19 of Coy.
Yeah, I mean, third, second. Yeah, definitely 7th right now. So, yeah, he's lost a few spots. There he goes. That battle for third is finally has been settled. Better place up to third.
Taking it away, coming off the corner. Is he going to leave space for the 98? Here he comes. Yeah, not so fast, Nick says.
Yeah, I thought he had him cleared pretty good, but he was being nice, not choking off his teammate there.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see that towards the end of this race, but here early laps, there's no reason to take that risk, because not only are you're going to cut off the air of the guy behind you, but you're also risking getting loose pulling up in front of a guy like that.
I almost wonder if that's what happened to 33 when Joshua Gaiman made that pass on him. He did kind of get loose coming out of the exit of 2 there. So, yeah.
We saw Wortman smack the wall off turn 2 a little bit there.
Yeah.
Hanlon going away on our points leader, the 83.
Yeah, we're at, what, 7 more to go or 8 more to go before the stage here. And I'll tell you, if Better Place wants to get around Nick Alford, he's going to have to do it pretty quick because Joshua Game is not going to be playing around. When he gets to that bumper, he's going to want to get out and get around, and he's going to make it a little bit more complicated there for Brandon.
Ooh, Nick got a little tight there off the corner. I'm interested to see what we've seen so far. We've seen some guys cut through the field and assert themselves up front. We'll see if they can continue the march forward after the stage. Drivers like the 61 of Gaiman, see what he can do. If Better Place can get some better track position, of course, Bowers charged to the front. He's a leader. I know Wortman's probably looking to make some changes to improve his car on the longer run.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, I assume, yeah, you're going to have a couple of guys making a little bit changes too. But I'll tell you, man, the 61 right now, he's got probably the most legs out of everybody. Definitely coming on strong, especially late in this run here, and still showing some pretty good speed here.
That battle for third is still on. Here comes 34 Better Place back underneath Alford. Just not quite finished the pass. Is he going to finally finish it here? I don't know. Alfred's going to try to roll the top. Nope. 34 Better Place is going to clear for sure this time.
Yeah, well, I don't think Brandon wanted to go. He wanted that extra point. Alfred probably did not want to give him that extra point, being second place at points. He needs the point more than Better Place does.
Yeah. He's probably thinking, you got enough.
Although he's a lot easier to wreck when he's in front of you.
34 Better Place slow off the corner there.
Yeah, he got a little tight, it looked like. Just kind of had to lay up a little bit. I mean, all it's doing, though, is bringing that 61 a lot closer to the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Josh got a good run off turn 2 there as well, so he's right there with him now.
Actually, starting to bring the 19 kind of into the picture as well. So I wonder if Richie's finally starting to get a little bit of a tire advantage there. Here goes Gaiman, right around the 34,
that
easy.
Was close between the 34 and the 98 there, and that checked them both up. Here comes the 61. Looking underneath now, the 98 for third.
Yep, he made it that easy. I mean, got right by those two.
Oh, and he's going to make that pass.
Yep.
2 for 1 on this lap.
Yeah, I had a feeling he wasn't going to hold up. So, yeah, he was able to get the run. He might, and I dare even say, he might have enough run to go after Wortman here if he can get to that bumper.
He's only going to have about 3 laps.
Yeah, I mean, well, it could happen. He's definitely in striking distance. Well, it looks like Tyler Bowers is starting to slow up a little bit too. So Wortman's definitely starting to close in on him as well.
Oh, we got Victor Fluker. Oh, close race with the 33 of Ben Tracy there through 3 and 4. Fluker going to get that pass done though. Moves in the 7th spot. Ben Tracy back to 8th. Kevin Ruff slipped to 9th. All right there together.
Yeah, a little bit of a shake up there. Yeah, Fluker going forward, even Kevin Ruff going a little bit backward, and then obviously the 33 kind of going backward as well. So, yeah, Fluker's got a decent long run car, it looks like, as well.
These guys flirting with that outside wall of turn 2 there. Meanwhile, it's been pretty clear sailing up front for Tyler Bowers. Tim Wortman, you're right. Joshua Gaiman's closing in.
Yeah. And actually, Tyler must have had a pretty good lap there last lap because he actually gained a little bit over Wortman. So Wortman must be looking in that mirror and not looking out in front of him, and may have slowed him down a little bit.
Yeah, Wortman trying to hang on here against Joshua Gaiman.
Well, Wortman definitely he needs the points. He would like to see maybe even Better Place try to get in front of Nick Alford too, to maybe kind of give it a little bit more spread of points. And as I say that, Better Place gets around Nick.
Again?
Wortman needs, yeah. And the yellow is out.
There we go. There's our stage break. Wasn't able to get there quite for Joshua Gaiman, but your leader, Tyler Bowers, is going to take home those 10 precious points here for the stage. Wortman in second, Gaiman finishing up in third.
And again, like I said, it's a pretty good stage night there for Wortman. I mean, I'm sure Wortman would love to have led it, but There was a little bit of separation over second place on points there, Nick Alford. So every little bit counts here. He's got a little bit of an uphill climb if he wants to try and get second from Nick there.
All right, well, that's going to first caution of the night. Good, clean and green through the first stage. Some guys going forwards, some guys going backwards. We're going to see some adjustments in the pits, I'm sure, for some of these guys to try to get things tuned up and ready to go. That is a 40-lap run. You kind of know what your car is doing now. You want to get these 4 fresh tires, some fuel, and some adjustments to help you hang on here on the late stages of a run.
Yeah, well, we're quarter way into this race right now, and hopefully the guys learned a lot. Obviously, we haven't had a caution yet either, so everybody's doing a pretty good job. A couple of wall taps, so you might see some guys in there a little bit longer, maybe getting a little bit of that sheet metal straightened back out again. Or I should say the carbon fiber straightened back out again, which you really can't do. Oh, looks like Fluger accidentally cracked the back of Richie Coy there. Just been pacing around here. Yeah, that's as they're talking on chat right now, Fluger was trying to make some changes, and oh man, a little bit more of a shake-up behind him there. Wow, with the 33 and the Kevin Ruff there had almost similar issue.
Yeah, you got to pay attention at all times out there. You can't even rest when the caution comes out. You can't rest on pit road. Well, we saw on Sunday what happens when you rest on pit road. Ask the 22 of Joey Logano what happens when you rest.
Well, in our defense, I mean, in sim racing, you are your crew chief. So you got to go in there and check off, if you want a little bit more air pressure, if you want to change your offsets, or, there's stuff that we can change. But unfortunately, we're the ones that are in control of doing that. We don't have a crew chief that you're just talking to. So, that's for some of these drivers. I know for me, like in VR, I actually have to turn my head and look down, and it really doesn't give me a good look at the track either. So it's like, because that's where my little screen box is, then I'm trying to mouse over to it. It can be a little bit difficult to do when you're trying to, maintain pace, speed, and trying to stay within formation, getting in and out of that pit stall.
We got Jeff Chandler on pit road still. I think he's making some repairs after cracking that wall off turn 2, and then Villalobos as well, kind of a longer pit stop for him. They're going to be starting from the rear after that contact off turn 2, which I still can't believe they didn't wreck that.
I know.
Chandler cracked the wall there and got into the side of the 45, and they just kind of were able to save each other down the straightaway. Not what you want to see, but I'm sure Jeff was kind of thankful he was there.
Well, I mean, it was early enough to happen to where they still got some chance to rebound off of this.
Everybody's shooting for some victory fuel. Remember, the winner of tonight's race gets some victory fuel 4-pack. So they'll be shooting for that 4-pack. You can get your own 4-pack, 6-pack, 12-pack, whatever you want at drinkvictory.com. Make sure to use code FTSR for 10% off your order. They've got some hats and shirts there as well, some lanyards, some different things, even some helmet visors. If you guys race in real life, you can put the helmet visor logos on. So that's pretty cool. Make sure to check them out. But they do have some, the main reason you go is for the victory fuel, right? So they got Purple Potion, Throttle Punch, and Lucky Lemon. You want to check that out. And again, the winner of tonight's race gets their choice of a 4-pack. And I think they could even mix and match, which is awesome, to get their favorite flavor of victory fuel. So they're racing for that. You can race for your own. Go to drinkvictory.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off your order. Victory Fuel, proud sponsor of the Victory Fuel Cup Series.
Yeah, some of the guys out there, they could probably get a 4-pack each flavor if you want enough races.
There's a couple guys out here probably got a 4-pack of whatever flavor they want. Yeah,
that's right.
They've already got 2 or 3 wins, 3 or 4 wins.
Yep. Yeah, they get the super sampler. It's all good though. Yeah.
All right, getting ready for the restart. Tyler Bowers leading Tim Wortman second as they come off pit road. Pace car peels off. They enter the restart zone here on the front stretch. Ready to get this race restarted. Green flag flies. Great jump for Tyler Bowers, although Tim Wortman does not get going on the restart.
No, yeah, he completely, just didn't go. Definitely sleeping. I mean, went from second all the way to fourth, and he's actually going to go to fifth now because it looks like Nick Alford's getting around him on the outside there. You've seen Nick do that move at the beginning of the race here.
Everybody kind of getting back organized here. Get these cold tires, get a few laps under your belt before things get a little racy back here. Although it looks like it's getting pretty racy. Austin Moore on the inside of the 33 of Tracy. And up front, Jose Medina, Kermit Henney cracking the top 5. We got some new players up here.
Yeah, a couple guys looks like they probably had a little bit of luck here. Maybe some guys getting a little damage fixed and stayed in a little longer. But yeah, Kermit and Jose both jumped kind of through the field there a little bit. Yeah, and Austin Moore, man, he's on the inside of the 21 and the 24. Well, it was the 21. Now he's getting under the 24 right now, going forward.
A lot of shuffling going on right now. Joshua Gaiman, though, actually passing for second underneath the 34 of Brandon Fetterplace, trying to get that second position.
Yeah, we've seen Joshua kind of tear. I mean, he started 14th by the end of the stage. 40 laps later, he's running third. So he's obviously got a good long-run car. And now he's being up in front of the pack here. I'd be worried if I were Tyler right now.
Yeah, he's got track position. He actually does clear now, so he's going to take over second spot. Somebody's getting a helmet, though. Tell him, don't push 110%, maybe not even 100%. You got a good car, good long-run car. Stay around 90, take care of the car, and you can inch in. Because right now he's charging for this lead, and that's great and all, but don't push over that limit. You've got a car that can win today.
Yeah, we've seen time and time again. I mean, and not picking on Josh, but we've seen a lot of drivers. You know, the one person you don't want to beat out there is yourself. You want to make sure you kind of take care of that car. And he's definitely got the speed tonight, so he's just going to have to manage it. With great power comes great responsibility, right?
With great speed.
With great speed. That's right. Let's see. I mean, yeah, I mean, that first stage, though, I mean, that was probably textbook stage right there, starting as deep as he did and kind of tearing through the field. So
he's up 12 spots.
If he can continue that, yeah, I mean, if he can continue, he's in the catbird seat right now.
I tell you, one guy that's doing better than him as far as positions gained, though, is last week's winner, Kermit Henney. I tell you what, the momentum from last week's wins carrying over this week up to 7th spot in that number 84 car, and that's a car you like, Tony. The off colors there.
I mean, yeah, it's got that beautiful shade of like I don't know if it's like an olive, kind of a green, dark olive green with a matte finish on top of it with the gold, the yellowy gold. I mean, yeah, it's just a good looking car right there.
That's another Jace Motorsports car too, man. Those guys are hooked up. That's 3 of them we've talked about so far. Josh Gaiman up in second. You got Kermit Henney here, and we mentioned, who was the other guy we were talking about earlier?
You're better with the teams than I am, so I can't tell you. But I'll tell you, I mean, back to while you're thinking, I mean, Kermit, the momentum is huge. If you can get a little bit of the momentum and just a little bit of that confidence to say, hey, I've won in this league, I can run out front. I mean, even at Talladega, it carries with you, and you kind of feel like, yeah, I'm a superstar and I can get back out there and run again. And at that same level, and yeah, Kermit's definitely showing it off tonight. Fortunately, looks like Brian Bliss is just disconnected. I wonder what happened to Brian there.
I think he came to pit road and said he had enough.
He did, yeah. Was it because of a wreck? Oh, yeah, it was.
Another team we got to look at is Speed Demon Esports at 5 of Austin and Moore, moving up. In position there, moves up in front of the 83 of Tim Wortman, takes over 5th position, so he's moved into the top 5.
Yeah, Austin, yeah. So yeah, he started 15th, up to 5 right now. So yeah, definitely going through. And back to Brian there, he hit the apron coming out of 4 on his lap 49. I don't know if you want to go back there and check it out. Unfortunately, Julio kind of got right into him. He spun right into pit road.
Oh, he did.
And, yeah.
He's like, I'm this close. Let me just go ahead and park it. I see that.
Well, he drove through pit road, and then the next lap came in.
Yeah, unfortunately, gets that wiggle right in front of, right in the groove there, and takes a ride through pit road, through the grass.
I'll tell you, he did a great job. He did a great job handling it, though. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. He could have spun that thing a lot worse, but they will hang on to it. So we're going to have a battle for the lead here.
Tyler Bauer's under fire from the 61. Joshua Gaiman going for the lead into 3. Dives to the inside.
Running pretty tight, but they kind of opened up that exit there a little bit. There's a little space between them. Joshua just needs to, let's see if he's probably going to pitch it into 1 here to try and get by him.
Dives into turn 1 to the bottom. Joshua Gaiman to the bottom. Tyler Bowers to the top. Through 1 and 2, still side by side. Oh, the 61 a little loose off the corner there. It's going to lose a little momentum. It's going to just slide back into 2nd spot.
Yeah, he's going to have to reset and start that thing all over again. Unfortunately, though, he's got the other Hot Lap Hero teammates, right there ready to pounce. He's going to run out of opportunities if he can't get by these guys quickly.
Battle back here, too. Austin DeMore, Ben Tracy, Kermit Henney. This is a hornet's nest right now. David Duran right there in there as well.
Yeah, that's a bit of a gaggle back there.
Oh, Austin with an issue mid-corner there. That's going to put him 3 wide. Down the back stretch into turn 3.
Is one of them going to lift? Well, Kermit gets out front, so yeah, they broke that up. Here comes Duran, though, in that target machine. That's an interesting-looking target card, too. I kind of like that. A little different flavor of the target machine than we normally get to see.
He's kind of had a target on his back all season. He's had some rough run-ins. Had some rough runs trying to have to get the other. There's DeMora having another issue mid-corner.
Yeah, he's trying to catch it right now. And Richie was able to kind of just slow down and give him a little break there. Same thing with Kevin Ruff. Richie did not have a very good pit stop either. He did kind of fall back through. I think he was getting a little bit of that damage repaired. And he's kind of outside the top 10 right now.
Still battling for position back here. 19 still trying to get underneath the 5 of DeMora. Kept having issues in 1 and 2.
I had to go back up front to see if there's anything on the western front, but Joshua's actually starting to. He's right there, but man, he is having a little bit of car issues. It looks like that thing is wiggling a little bit. I think he even touched the wall a little bit back there too.
This is what I'm talking about. Now, this is what makes Josh fast. Is he's able to push the car to the limit. The problem is when you exceed that limit, when you're right on the limit, it doesn't take much. But he's going for the lead now. He's got a fast car. Can he hang on to it into 3? He's trying to take it away from the 94 Tyler Bowers.
Looks like he's got it. Tyler got a little out of shape there.
He did. Yeah.
All right.
New
Joshua
leader
gets it.
61. Joshua Gaiman goes to the front. Takes the lead.
Man, Tyler, that really hurt. He's got his other teammate, Nick Elford, gets under him now and passes him. He might actually be going down to Brandon third place as well now, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler all of a sudden falling back here. And we saw.
Well, that wiggle that he had there when Joshua was getting around him put him on the outside, and he probably just does not like the car being on the outside like that. He's gotten back in line, though, so, oh, yeah, he's still in that gaggle of with Tim Wortman right behind him as well, so. I'll tell you, the top 5, I mean, they've been running pretty good here, and Victor Fluger running 6th right now. He might be joining the party in a little bit here as well, because he's starting to move forward here. Man, he had a great exit out of 4 there. Fluger, that is. I thought he was going to back up right to the 81 or at 83, but almost. Another lap, he'll be there.
Yeah, right there on the back of 83. Good racing so far as we reach lap 63 of 167, 105 laps to go here at Texas. We just saw David Duran, I think, crack the wall off turn 2 just a little bit.
Ouch. Yeah, he's kind of leaving that second pad right now, because even, Ben Tracy was kind of on his own island, but now he's kind of backing up to Victor Fluger now as well. So you got 7 cars within not even 2 seconds of each other up here for the front pack.
Austin DeMore having issues, continuing to slide back to 13th spot. I kind of wonder if he maybe took 2 tires on that pit stop. It's causing his issues because he did gain some positions on pit road. It looks like he's paying for it now.
Could definitely go back and take a look to verify that, but yeah, I just kind of feel like too. Again, this tire or the tire gets eaten here pretty easy, so it's one of those things where you definitely do not want to go too crazy in the first run here. You definitely want to kind of just give it a little, be easy on these tires, so you got something for the later end of the run here. But,
all right, looking at the 40 of Brian Messer back here, one of our sponsors for the post-race show. He's sporting the colors here, the Fine Line of Whiskey podcast. And again, I like these colors. I think I said it last week. I like these colors because it reminds me of the Geek Squad cars, sort of, with the black, with the white and black numbers.
Yeah, we did. We talked about that. Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm looking at the Austin D'Amour here, just trying to see. Let's see. Okay, right sides went up, so he definitely took right sides. Waiting for that left side to come up here. Okay, yeah, he did. He took 4.
Oh, okay.
Just unfortunately, like I say, I just kind of feel like he may have burned him up just a little bit too early there.
Could be. Meanwhile, up front, Joshua Gaiman leads, but now Nick Alfred's starting to have a sniff. He's joined the back bumper of the 61 machine.
Yeah, Joshua, I mean, I kind of feel like he's good at chasing the car and catching the car. When he does get out front, though, he just does not seem to have the leg. And, we always say clean air is king around here, but he kind of stalled after that.
Well, is that... You could have a couple of different things. Is that a product of setting the car up to be in traffic, then you get clean air and then it's too loose? Or do you think maybe the driver is saying, I'm out front now, I'm pacing the field, I'm as far forward as I can go, let me back it down just a little bit and save a little something since I'm out front now?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's really what you should be doing, but I don't know. Nick is awfully close to him. I mean, if he wanted to put the hammer down, he's going to really need to put the hammer down. You don't want to get Nick to get a side-by-side to where it's going to kind of hurt your tire wear. You definitely want to have a little bit of a lead, though, to be comfortable enough to allow Nick to maybe fight and catch him.
Nick using a different lane than the 61 of Gaiman, and that's because of that dirty air that car is kicking up. You want that downforce on the front of your car, you have to go somewhere the car is not. And he's using the outside right now. And actually, we've seen passes on the outside by the 90 of Alfred. He throws it into the corner. Is he going to get to the quarter panel here coming off turn 2? Almost. He is there. Oh, it's tight off turn 2. Not much room there.
Well, I don't know if Gaiman was expecting him to actually be there. He's probably waiting for that spotter to say outside. But, usually as a race car driver, too, I like to just give the guy space. I give him the lane to run. Whether I think he's going to be there or not, I'll still allow him to kind of be there.
Yeah, it's a risky proposition. If you don't, and he is there.
Well,
you saw what happened between the 19 and the 99. I think the 19 thought that that Ruff was not going to be there, and unfortunately he was.
Well, it kind of helps yourself as well, where you're, if you're already predicting yourself to be at a certain point on the track on exit, if that car is there or is not there. At least you're already prepared to be where you need to be to give the other guys some room.
And new driver Joshua Wakefield back here in the 44, making one of his first starts with us here. Trying to get around Kermit Hinney.
Yeah, he's fighting. He's pretty quiet though today. Started 12th. He's still in 12th. Trying to get that 11th. Or no, he actually has the 12th from Kermit, so he does make that pass now. Finally.
He used it outside momentum. Takes over the 12th position. Jose Medina in front of him in the 24. Up 2 spots right outside the top 10. And then Kevin Ruff right inside the top 10. Here they are fighting once again, the 99 and the 19.
Yeah, Richie's made a little bit of headway since pit stops there.
Touches the wall there off the corner just a little bit.
Now I'm just wondering fuel mileage because I just have a feeling that, we've seen in the past drivers being able to make 60, maybe even 65 laps. So it should be a one-stopper, but it's going to be a very, very short window one-stopper here.
Well, before that happens, we got a battle for the lead. 98 of Alfred to the outside of Gaiman in the 61, trying to use that outside momentum to take the lead. And he does down the backstretch. So 98 to the front.
I don't know if Josh is going to be letting him up right away. Nick has not came down yet, so Josh has still got a little bit of a lane there, but no. All right, he does have it.
While all this was happening, Tim Wortman's starting to close back in on these guys as well. In fourth spot,
Yep.
Tyler Bauer's not far behind as well. So we still got them kind of packed up front. The top 5 right there close together.
Yeah, this top 5, top 7. I mean, they've been together for the whole race here. We really haven't had really a breakout driver right now, and they've all been running very, very similar lap times at the top 5 here. So, kind of going back to even Wortman, as you had said, maybe he learned something in that first stage. Came in, made a change or two, and maybe even kind of slowed his roll on the early end of this part of the stage. So maybe he's saving a little bit right now. Fortunately, yeah, Joshua Gaiman is starting to go backward. I think he just tapped the wall a little bit. He's got the 34 now, Fetter Place all over his tail. I'll tell you though, these guys, from what I've been seeing, they've been doing a great job out there tonight. A lot of good racing going on, and very respectful, and not too much hanky-panky happening either. Though we just got a very, very strung out group though.
Yeah, just a reminder: upcoming events for this series. Next Monday night, we will be at Watkins Glen. Looking forward to that. See what these guys can do with this car on that track. We'll see some challenging racing for sure for these guys. We'll see if somebody new can come up with it. And then, of course, the season finale there at Dover. All showing up here on Full Throttle Television Monday nights, 9 p.m. You definitely want to check it out. Got a battle for second. Joshua Gaiman under fire. The 34 Fetter Place trying to take it away.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew it was going to get there. And, yeah, it looks like Fetter Place finally gets around him. And, hey, that's the first time I'm seeing that fun little graphic you got there for the upcoming races. I like it a lot. Yeah, nice.
34 slow off the corner. 61 back to his back bumper. Chooses to just ride behind him instead of prolong that battle, which is probably smart. We talked about smart racing. That was smart. Yep. Don't want to burn those tires up anymore. Just bring those guys behind you right to you, especially with pending pit stops. Tony, you were talking about fuel strategy. How long have we run so far?
Well, let's see. We've already ran we haven't even hit 40 laps yet. I think they're probably 37, maybe even 36 laps so far. I assume they could probably get a good 60 laps out of it. Again, the race length is 167 laps. So that would really put you at about 120 laps or so after pit stops or after the first stage we had. So that would be, you're going to have to go maybe 60, maybe 63 laps. So if you do the math, I'm thinking some of these guys are going to be coming in around maybe lap 100 to 110, somewhere in around there. And it really just depends on fuel mileage. Yeah. If you get somebody to maybe make a two-stopper, well, we're going to start seeing them coming in now, to be quite honest.
I'm showing about 55 laps, but I've seen them stretch it to 60 before as well. So
yeah. I mean, it's the one beauty about this car. It does have the 5-speed transmission. And if you have the thing geared right with the 5-speed, and if you kind of already pre-done the math, if we do eventually go green, I mean, we know when the stage is going to be. You kind of have an idea maybe how much you're going to be able to get out of the run. So, I mean, some of these guys have probably already pre-calculated. If it does stay green, I can maybe make it on one stop, or I'm going to definitely have to do a two-stopper.
We're starting to see some guys trickle down pit road. Zach Stevens hits pit road. Austin DeMore on pit road. I don't know if those guys are parking or if they're just making a pit stop, because I've yet to see Austin DeMore leave pit road.
Oh. Well, Austin DeMore, he is 6 laps down. So, yeah, he came in a little while ago. Zach Stevens just disappeared. So, yeah. Oh, so he disappeared, but he's back. We must have had a little connection issue, but he is sitting on pit road still.
All right, so
I was going to say, this would be the time for you guys. I mean, if you definitely wanted to make a two-stopper out of it, if you were trying to cut it up into thirds, now would be around the time to come in.
So maybe some unscheduled pit stops. So no pit stops from our leaders so far right now. Watching this lead heat up, though. Fetter Place starting to run down. Nick Alford at 98. Battle between teammates. We saw those guys battle for, 5-10 laps at the end of the stage there, and we're about to see it again.
At least 10, maybe even 15 laps there. But, Fetter Place came out the winner out of that battle. And I know Nick does not want to see his teammate, keep extending that point lead on him. But right now, I feel like Nick probably knows. I'm running for second, and that's about where I'm going to be here. Second in overall points, I should say. Maybe not second.
Got quite the battle back here. Ben Tracy Cabin Ruff, the 19 of Richie Coy. We saw that 33 be a little out of shape early on. He's got a car right on his back bumper. That's not going to help things.
No. Yeah, Jose Medina and Kermit Henny right behind them as well. I'm kind of looking at, I mean, it looks like, yeah, Jose Medina brought out that Dallas Cowboy paint job here in Texas. I was wondering the big star on the roof there, and yeah, he's got a Cowboy car today.
He does. He's got the Cowboy up. He's currently outside the top 10. Just 2 positions, actually. I guess, yeah, 2 now. The Kermit Henny gets that position on him. Kermit charging towards the front. Cabin Ruff right there in the edge of the top 10.
Yeah. It's kind of where the heated battle is right now.
Yeah,
everybody
Bowers,
behind.
Joshua Gaiman fighting for position. Bowers gets around Gaiman. Gaiman maybe having some handling issues. Drops to 4th after leading early. Maybe use those tires up a little bit, Tony. You talked about pacing yourself. Might be coming into play now.
Well, it kind of surprises me because, you know, obviously, you know, he started 14th and he tore up through the field into 3rd. You would think he would have burned up more rubber then than he did now. But obviously, I mean, they've actually ran a longer run since the last pit stops than they have since the start of the race till now. So, yeah, so it's kind of an odd thing. Maybe he does not have extreme long tire wear, but he's got a pretty good quick opening run here. It looks like Austin DeMore is back on the track. I mean, he's 11 laps down, but I just saw him kind of snickering out on pit exit there.
You saw him snickering?
Sneakering.
Yeah, I am surprised with Josh, actually, because he burned through the pack, burned past Brandon Fetterplace, Nick Alford, like he had a faster car than those guys. But maybe we've exceeded that run, that 40-lap run. We're just outside that 40-lap run. So maybe now the longer run is showing up for the Hot Lap Heroes cars. As here comes Brandon Fetterplace. I thought he was going to look inside off turn 4, but he just pulls to the back bumper of the 98 of Alford.
Well, again, Fetterplace is kind of running it smart. He knows he doesn't have anything other to do than just to be out there and just make sure he finishes the races.
And try to finish ahead of that 34.
Well, yeah. Well, I've been waiting for somebody to show up in the chat, and we haven't had a person in there. But here comes Doyle Lawrence. He says he's a little bit late. What's up there, Mr. Doyle? And yeah, Jeff, he started off pretty strong. Made a wild save, bouncing off the wall, getting into Julio Villalobos. Had a little damage, but yeah, he's still out there riding around in 15th right now.
Yeah, he had a little bit of.
He's fighting Villalobos right now.
Yeah, they're right together again. Sure, the 45s get me away from this 31.
Jason McMullen kind of joining that party back there as well. He kind of gave him a break, though. I mean, you definitely, especially if you're back there, if you see, you know, you don't want to be that guy to go 3 wide. Let the guys sort it out, and then I'll come in right afterwards.
Well, the smart thing there, I know everybody. Oh, there they are, close again, entering turn 1 and 2. There's no love lost between those two, I don't believe. But, you know, see the 31 have an issue off the corner there. It's going to check up Villalobos, check up everybody. Here comes Casey McMullen, but that really hurt the 45. He's going to lose 2 more positions because of that.
Yeah. And now the 31 and Lane Allen right there. And then don't worry about that 5 car. He's 12 laps down right now. So he's just kind of in the mix right now. But he's not for position. He definitely's got a little bit more tire. So he's going to take advantage of that now. It looks like he's going to make that pass on the outside. Good thing he waited to turn 1 with that nice wide arc there, and he was able to make that outside run work here. All right, I am hearing 33 is pitting.
All right, Ben Tracy. Oh, that's right in front of this whole group here. They had to scatter here, but he does get it down to pit road speed. Going to come to pit road first of our pit stops. Going to happen with the 33 of Tracy.
We don't usually, I mean, there's no rules or anything whether or not you got to call out your pit, but Ben obviously did the right thing. Said, hey, I'm pitting. Saw all the car and traffic behind them, and I'm sure they were appreciative. But that just makes me wonder. Ben's definitely, he doesn't have 70-something laps of fuel. So Ben, I have a feeling he's going to have to come in again.
Yeah, I don't think you can stretch it. I'd say, oh! Victor Fluger wrecking on the backstretch after contact between Tim Wortman Jr. Caution's going to fly. And the caution is out with Victor Fluger spinning down the backstretch. We were just watching that battle. And unfortunately, a little contact coming off the corner sends him spinning down the backstretch. So much for green flag stops this time around anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tim's already on the radio and apologizing for that one.
Yeah, they just got tied off the corner there, and I think Wortman maybe bounced off the wall just a little bit, and Victor Fluger was right there on his hip pocket. Let's go back and look at a replay here and see what happened here coming off turn 2. We were watching this angle. Yeah, it looks like he either got loose or was about to hit the wall and corrected, and unfortunately, right down the 21 Fluger, who's had some terrible luck.
Yeah.
He's had a Christopher Bell kind of a run.
Unfortunately, yeah. I have a feeling, I kind of feel bad about what happened with Wortman, but I believe I did this very similar thing on Wednesday night.
Yeah, you can relate. Man.
All right, well, that does change everything, too, because, again, I mean, we just saw Ben Tracy going in, and I'm thinking, okay, Ben's probably not going to have enough gas. I think even with this yellow, I don't think anybody's going to have enough gas to even make it to the end here. So we might see some guys coming in maybe for an extra special top off, and there might be a little bit of fuel conservation if we do stay green here. But I have a feeling that I don't think anybody's going to be able to really make it. We're gonna need another. They're going to need another caution or maybe another stop here.
Yeah, right now they are sitting at 72 laps to go, and that is just that's too far out of the pit window to really make it to the end. You need about, at least probably about 12 more laps to be close.
I'd imagine. I mean, yeah, we don't drive these cars anymore, but yeah, probably. I mean, you'd want more gas available to you than you need. But yeah, it's probably got people doing a little number crunching right now, trying to figure out what they can kind of do.
All righty. Well,
I mean, it's like the one thing, and I think I was starting to say it, maybe I didn't even finish saying it, but the one thing about this car with the 5-speed, you might be able to kind of put a taller gear in there and run some of the 4th gear, but maybe if you run that 5th gear, you might be able to get a little bit more fuel mileage out of this car. It's a balance.
Well, possibly so. But what this does do is if you can't make it on fuel, it's going to shorten up the next 2 runs. And I think that really benefits somebody like Joshua Gaiman, who has a good 40-lap run car, but maybe not anything past that. You know what I mean? You can kind of run hard.
Yep.
And you know, what do we got, 70 laps? So you need 35-ish laps of a run.
Yeah.
Which I think will fall right in his wheelhouse because I think he's really good for those 35 laps and just kind of falls back a little bit.
Well, and too, I mean, it can really change the dynamic of this race. I mean, yeah, if everybody does need to take fuel, which I do kind of feel like they're going to have to, because like we just said, I just don't think they're going to have it. It definitely opens up the pit window as well. We might have guys coming in with 20 to go. We might have guys maybe just splitting it, like you say, with Gaiman coming in at lap 35. So it definitely can extend that pit window for this field, and some games can be played. And again, if we get green flag stops, it's on the driver. You got to get in, get out of the box, make it clean. Take the tires you think you need to take. I mean, we might even see a 2-tire stop, if somebody comes in with 20 to go. I mean, there's a lot of strategy that could be happening here towards the end of this race.
Unfortunately, it looks like Victor Fluger may be out of this race. He's still on pit road getting repairs done. We did have some guys make some last-minute stops here at 1 to go. Casey McMullen. I think Tyler Bowers even came in. He's at the back of the field with Julio Villalobos as well, though. So giving up track position to try something here, but the pace car is off. We're going to go back racing here. Nick Alford leading Joshua Gaiman on the front row. They enter the restart zone. Green flag flies. And we're off and racing once again here.
It looks like Richie Coy did not get a great run there. I don't know what happened there, but he was sleeping. Getting a little help there from Kevin Ruff there, trying to get that car moving.
I think Call's sipping on his victory fuel there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and Nick Alford had a great jump though to grab that lead. Going to put everybody on defense now. Now you got Joshua Gaiman and the 83 Tim Wortman Jr. Just they're duking it out, running side by side here.
Better Place has also been packed here.
Yeah.
And he didn't stop the next lap. He just had either a slow pit stop or had to repair some damage or something. Battle's on for second, though. Joshua Gaiman, Tim Wortman.
Well, it could be kind of a thing, you know. Again, you know, these guys they're probably out there crunching numbers.
David
disappeared.
Duran.
David Duran disappeared. Yeah. When he disappeared, Kevin Ruff kind of moved forward a little bit. I hope Duran's still not there when he does eventually show back up.
He's still not showing up, so.
Yeah.
Oh, he's slowing the track. There were some issues there, Tony. We're still green, but he's slow way back there. Something happened with his internet connection there.
Yeah, he, wow. Man, that's a rough. I mean, he didn't lose a lap, but he is definitely at the end of the pack, or the lead pack right now here. Unfortunately, Ben Tracy, he's 3 laps down, so I don't know if that pit stop that he did go in for, that jazzed him up. Unfortunately, yeah, Ben was having a pretty good night there, but yeah, behind the 8 ball quite a bit right now.
Out front, it's Nick Alford, Joshua Gaiman in second, Tim Wortman back up to third now. Kevin Ruff up to fourth. Good run for Kevin now. Going forward now with the 19 of Coy right behind him in the top 5.
Yeah, well, he was giving Richie a push there on the restart, and unfortunately, got right by him, and there's a huge gap between him and Richie Coy right now. We got last week's winner, Kermit Henney, right behind Richie Coy now, and he's got Jeff Chandler, the 34 of Fetter Place, and then the 40 of Brian Messer as well. Man, they are all hounded Kermit right now.
Yeah, 34 Chandler trying to rebound after his issues with the 45 early on. Trying to get back up towards the top 5.
They got by Kermit really good. And it looks like Jeff is he's got Richie Coy in the sights right now, and he's got some leg on that car.
He's showing some leg.
Hey, well, he was. I thought he was getting ready to pass him, but he kind of backed up that corner there.
Got the 34 Fetter Place right behind him.
Well, that's the thing too with Brandon.
64 laps to go.
My theory was with Brandon, you know, maybe he just wanted to be in kind of the back of the pack a little bit. Maybe he had to go make a quick pee-pee, and that's why, you know, sometimes you could jump out of your sim, go take a quick pee-pee, and come back out. I mean, you never know. Maybe get a refill.
Richie Coy just pulls over and lets the 34 and 31 by there. So Coy obviously not happy with his car right now.
No, yeah, he's definitely fighting it. Either that or he's thinking, I can save. You know, maybe I just need to kind of ride in the back here.
Yeah, but that's, I don't know if you can save that. I mean, he didn't even stop the second time by. You know, you want to come in and top off. He didn't even do that, so.
Well, true, yeah. You never know. Some of these guys, I mean, they're in the car, we're not. So, I mean, we really don't know 100%.
Yeah,
though.
How many times
we've been surprised. I know, we've been surprised so many times. Then we get into the booth with the winner, and they're like, oh, yeah, no, I had another 50 laps of fuel. We're like, what?
Yeah. Calculations are hard, man. You can do a lot to save. Like you said, with that extra gear, you can do a lot to save some fuel here. And
if you're prepped for that, then, again, you know, they know the stage. They know the length of the race. So, I mean, you can do kind of basic calculations to see maybe what you can do to save a little gas around here if you need to do it. So, I mean, some of these guys kind of have that mindset going into the race that, yeah, sure, I could probably save. I could probably make, 70 laps if I need to.
How about that 40 Brian Messer and that Toyota Fine Line Motorsports? He's a satellite team to Hot Lap Heroes. Just getting some of that information, and he's putting it to good use right now, up to 7th spot, charging towards the front.
Well, he's not a Hot Lap Hero group per se, or at least teammate per se, but he is an affiliate. And obviously, your co-host a couple of weeks ago when Richie was out of town, and Brian Brian's looking pretty good here tonight, running 7th. So I assume he's running similar equipment than his teammates, and he's only 2 behind Fetter Place right now. So yeah, looking pretty good out there.
Yeah, I do feel like that he's probably got similar equipment. They do a good job of sharing equipment. You know, they share information there with Hot Lap and everything. I mean, he's pretty much a Hot Lap hero driver. He jokes that he got fired from his team, but they just didn't have enough room, so he just started his own team.
That's pretty funny. Well, I know he did a great job in the booth, and I'm assuming with summer coming in, Richie's probably going to be gone another week or 2, so yeah, maybe he might join me again.
Well, he did say he's going on vacation, or he's got something coming up. So,
well, it just depends. Yeah, if it's a track that I don't want to go to, like say Darlington, then I might be in the booth. So, but it really depends. But I appreciate it because I did want to run Phoenix or Pocono that one week, and yeah, it didn't do too bad. So I appreciate Brian coming in, and yeah, I appreciate Brian coming in and taking over.
Right on board with the 83 of Wortman, currently in 4th spot, Warrior Race, and having a good run right now. Kevin Ruff, his teammate, right in front of him, so they're running 3rd and 4th right now. That team is doing really well. I knew bringing those two together on the same team was really going to elevate, I think, both of them, because I think the 99 has some knowledge with the setup, and he's got it's funny, they kind of complement each other, because Ruff is pretty I don't say aggressive, but he's active on the track. I don't know how to explain that other than say that, you know, he's pretty aggressive at times. And Warman's a little more laid back, and so you find a good balance between the two of them, and it's worked out really well for them. Setup wise, I think they kind of bounce ideas off each other, and right now running 3rd and 4th, and maybe looking for 2nd here on the 61 a game, and it's really looking good for them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the two of them, yeah, they're hounding over that 61 right now. And I know when you say that, I'm thinking of myself, okay, so you got 99, who's kind of like the MasterCard, where he's everywhere you want to be, but then you got the 83, who's more like the American Express card, which is the one you want in your wallet, except that it's everywhere. Is that kind of maybe the analogy? I don't know.
Well, you won't. I don't know. You want both? Yeah.
You want the premiered card that you know that's going to be able to, you know, because I mean Warman's been very consistent ever since he joined this league, and he's always into the top 5. You know, maybe a couple times out of that top 10, but just always he's very consistent.
You said so. Kevin's like MasterCard because it's everywhere you want to be. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
I'd say Tim is more like Visa. Like he's always around. You know, you see it everywhere. You know. He's one of those. Okay. He's in contention and around every week. He's solid, Mr. Consistency. You can rely on him, that kind of thing. So I would even put him in that category.
Yeah. Well, and I was kind of thinking like the American Express card is very similar to, because you know, I mean, again, dating myself, you know, born in the 70s. I mean, American Express card was like, oh, no matter where you're at in London, you could get, you know, the American Express card is accepted everywhere. It seems like. I don't know. It might be different now. Who knows? I don't own a credit card.
Does that make Joshua Gaiman a Discover card?
He might be the Discover card, yeah, because we're still trying to figure out how he's going to finish tonight.
Well, he's discovered how to run towards the front. Now he's got to discover how to fight off and fend off the 99 of Kevin Ruff.
Yeah. Well, maybe he learned a little bit of something in that second stage there. Maybe just kind of
you mean learned as in like and discovered?
Learn and as a discovered. He discovered that, yes, he cannot tear through the field, and he's got to save a little bit of tire.
He's got to discover how to get that one other spot up there. 98 of Alfred kind of driving away from him.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick is just, he's got that thing locked down right now, and yeah, half a second lead over Gainer. Here comes the 99 now. He's everywhere Josh does not want him to be.
I tell you what, he's working him over pretty good, Kevin Ruff. Putting some pressure on the 61 of Gaiman. Gaiman goes high, 99 tries to go higher. We saw that, I think, in the truck race.
Well, and it kind of then your basic explanation. Yeah, we saw Kevin. He's trying to make that outside line work, and then you look a little bit further behind, and you just got Tim Workman. He's just kind of just hanging on this line. Just kind of, you know, just out there just waiting for the excitement to happen.
I'll tell you what, nothing frustrates me more as a driver than to see somebody than to somebody mirror drive me like that. Like I'm running high and catching you, and you run high, not because your car runs well there, it's because my car runs well there. And so instead of sticking to what your car does well, you're playing a little defense there. It's really nothing wrong with it, but man, it can get you hot under the collar in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I mean, and as a driver though, I mean, you very rarely see me do something like that because I have a hard enough time driving in the lane that I want to be in as it is.
Sometimes you drive in their lane by
I'm
accident.
Yeah, I don't want to drive in their lane unless it's an oopsie, you know.
All right, here comes Rough underneath the 61. Having to try to do it on the bottom as the 61's moved up the track. Maybe you did find something. You know, sometimes you do that as a defensive measure and you're like, oh, that felt pretty good, actually. I might try that.
Yep. Well, you know, again, there's some dynamic track going on here. I know, you know, as the rubber lays in, I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs of how iRacing's got this thing coated, but yeah, I mean, you might find a little bit more speed here in some of these other lanes that the guys are running. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not finding the speed that Nick Elford's got because Nick Elford's still pulling away from him.
Well, that's what's frustrating if you're in Kevin Ruff's shoes is you're seeing the leader drive away, and you're like, I'm faster than this car. I just got to find a way around. Yep. And unfortunately, you just feel helpless behind the wheel.
Yeah, but the one thing you got to think of too, though, and I can't imagine any of these top four right now, they're saving fuel, or maybe going to even try to extend it. Although we've been known to be wrong, so I mean, it could possibly happen otherwise. But they're probably thinking, all right, when are we going to pit? You know, another 10 laps, maybe another 15 laps here, which I assume is going to be the money stop here for some of these guys. 10, maybe even 15 laps here. So they just ride around.
Yeah, what we say, 70 laps to go, so 35. We got 47 laps remaining. If you split it in half, they've got another 12 laps or so till they get to that halfway mark in the run. So you stop early, do you stop late? Those are all options you have.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're going to see guys, you know, from lap 130 to maybe lap 140. We might see a couple guys maybe extend it a little bit. I'm always a fan of trying to be the later pitter on some of these mile and a halves just because you have a little bit more tire towards the end compared to some guys that, you know, you might see Gaiman even come in a little early to see if he can maybe try to get a jump on Nick Elford there. But I don't know. In the long run, it just does not seem to work for me. So,
well,
but,
devil's
advocate, what they have.
When you do something like that, you're out there running on old tires. Those guys with new tires are getting a lot of life out of their tires. They're going to gain some. Yes, you can catch them and try to pass them at the end of the run, but with the way the tire is in this sim, it kind of plateaus and you only get so much. So you end up kind of running the same speed. It's risky to pit early because you might have a caution, and it's risky to pit late because you might run out of time to catch the guy back. And with a car like this, it's so dependent on track position. You see how hard it is to pass out there. I'm not so sure you want to put yourself behind and having to pass cars even with a tire advantage.
Well, yeah, and two, if you do make that late stop, you're going to have to deal with a lot of traffic and try to get around them. And you know, you might have other guys battling too wide, or you might have to make a 3-wide spot out of it, which is not only going to lose you time, but it also could be a little bit of a sketch move as well. So yeah, there's pros and cons for all that.
Is Josh starting to reel in our leader a little bit?
He actually, he was at 7/10 a couple laps ago, but he's down to 5/10 now. So the question is, when do they pit?
Turned up the heat a little bit here.
Well, he's pulled away from cabin as well.
Yeah,
so,
I know. That's what I was looking at. So he's found a little something, or decided to go one or the other.
Well, it could be that line that
I know. Look at it. He's up top. Yeah.
Quote unquote found. We'll just say that.
He is running our leader. Nick's starting to struggle. Gaiman's starting to close in, and they're starting to catch some lap traffic here. David Duran.
Well, and that's actually good for Joshua being towards the tail end of the run here too, because if they do kind of pit in the same realm, that's it's going to probably be dividends for Josh here towards the end of this. Yeah, because he's gained a 10th just about every single lap, the last couple laps here. Let's see, Nick ran a 30.7 last lap. Joshua ran a 30.5. So yeah, Joshua's definitely running an easy 10th quicker. They're going by David Duran right now. David Duran, unfortunately, had that connection issues, but kind of lost the draft and just behind the 8 ball here. I think he may have even tapped the wall when he kind of came back up on the track. Yeah, I don't know exactly what kind of issue he had there.
Yeah, I don't know what he did while he was invisible there, but definitely
he was low. Yeah, he disappeared, and then when he came back, he was up. He was up near the fence.
Yeah, his car. I don't know what happened there, but obviously maybe hit the wall or something while he was gone. And I've even seen it where some guys, you actually end up, the guys that you're racing with, if you disappear, you're not there on their screen, and they just run straight through you. And you're like, what happened? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
But you weren't even there.
Yeah.
We caught our leader, 61 Gaming, and actually brought the 99 and 83 with him a little bit here too. They've all kind of, it's like the 98 might have been backing up just a little bit here.
Well, I'm going to say it again. I mean, Joshua Gaiman ran a 36. Nick Alford ran a 37. So another 6-7 difference there. Nick Alford did step it up, though, to a 6. But Joshua, actually, Nick ran about 3/10 or 300ths quicker than Joshua Gaiman in last lap.
Well, now he's getting into that dirty air.
Yeah.
So now all that defending he was doing, now he's got to deal with it from the car in front. It can be so frustrating with the arrow situation with this car.
Well, and the sad thing too is, you're fighting the dirty air, but then you're probably also burning up a little bit of tire with that fighting. And
well, you're burning up extra tire just trying to go somewhere the driver's not. Even that, so you're at a disadvantage there as well, just because you're having to run in track that's not necessarily the best part of the track.
Yep. Well, that's what did we say? I can't even remember what we said earlier, but that is just part of the. That's just all part of it. I'll think about it. I'm still trying to remember what the hell I was going to say there.
Game it way up the track here in the entry of 1. Battle for third starting to heat up too between teammates. I'm sure those guys are trying to figure out who's going to lead, who's going to be that third car. They better settle it quick though, because in their mirror is that 34 Brandon Fetter place.
Yeah, Brandon kind of ticked up the speed there while these guys were duking it out here. So he is definitely in that top 5 consideration right now. And really, our top 5, they've got a 2-second lead over Jeff Chandler sitting in 6th right now.
A good rebound for Jeff.
Yeah, and Jeff's kind of on his own little island right now in front of Brian Mester and Jose Medina. I believe they were getting around Duran. Brian Mester is getting around Duran right now. But yeah, they're all pretty much strung out there from 6th to 10th right now, with Lane Allen being in 10th. But then I'm looking at the 11th car, Tyler Bowers. He's, again, he kind of came in. Did he get a little extra fuel, I want to say? I don't remember if he did come in again.
Bowers was one of the drivers, yes. He's the first driver, actually, that came in the second time just to top off.
All right, well, he's starting to kind of close into that top 10 here.
Kevin Ruff and Tim Wortman still going at it. Actually, Wortman actually able to get around Kevin Ruff, and Kevin falling into the clutches of the 34 Fetter place here. 33 laps remaining. We're running out of laps. They're going to have to pit here sometime.
Yeah, well, we say that, but there's a very good chance of that's not happening. And Doyle said he was he had a league truck race. That's why he was late around here. And he was running at Auto Club. I didn't even know Doyle. I mean, obviously Doyle's got the sim and stuff because he's out there probably watching. But I didn't know he was a fellow racer.
Yeah, I didn't know that either about Doyle. So cool.
How'd you do at Auto Club? I guess.
Yeah.
The ghost track because it's no more.
Yeah, it's a good track there. I tell you what, Ruff is really starting to struggle just a little bit here, falling into
our leader.
Better place.
Our leader just called out pit.
He's coming to pit road. 98-2 pit road. Everybody scatters around him. Here he comes, smoking that tire, getting down the pit road.
Yeah, he's our first one. I'm kind of surprised that nobody else kind of went in with him.
Messer coming in as well.
Okay, yeah, Messer's in.
How long do you stay out now?
Tim Wortman coming in now. Jeff Chandler coming in now. I'm just, okay, we're hearing it. Kevin Ruff hitting.
61's coming in.
Yep, 61's coming in. 29, Derek Katz coming in. I'm calling them out as they're calling them out on the radio. So
a lot of takers now all of a sudden.
As the leader kind of assumed.
Yeah, the leader pitted, opened the floodgates.
Ooh, 12 coming in. Shad Kern as well.
Now our leader, 34, Brandon Fetterplace. When does he pit? Does he come in this time? Nope, he's going to do another lap. Same thing, Jose Medina, the 19, Richie Coy. Lane Allen right there, Tyler Bowers. Everybody else stays out for another lap. Are these the guys that are going to risk it and try to make it to the end?
Well, yeah, you almost wonder. Because right now, from what I'm looking at, I believe the top 9 have not pitted.
What happened to Nick Alford? He had to come back in.
Uh-oh. I'm going to have to go back and look.
I'm pretty sure. Yes, he's down the leaderboard. He's in 18th spot. Was he speeding?
I'm kind of going through looking at the pit stop right now. The pit road speed is 45. He did cross. It's always, I always have a hard time remembering what line you go into. But if you're hitting the white line, he was doing 63 miles an hour.
Ooh.
But that would have given him. They would have made him. Yeah, they made him serve the penalty. Yeah, he was. Well, was he?
It's definitely something, because if you look at the results, he is back in 18th or 17th spot now.
Yeah.
Whereas the guys that have pitted, Joshua, looks like, who's leading the guys that pitted? Tim Wortman. Is it Wortman?
Okay. I believe
he's jumped Joshua Gaiman by a good bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
All right, third place is coming in right now. I'm just hearing that over the radio.
All right, 34 coming to pit road.
Yeah, Wortman definitely is. Yeah, Nick did actually. He did not come in for a second pit road, but yeah, he did. They did hold him on entry.
Man, if it wasn't for mistakes with the 98 of Alford, you think back to Coda, some of the other mistakes he's had. He'd be right there in the points. Well, he missed the race, so I guess he can always fall back on that and say, well, it didn't really matter.
Well, I just missed the race, so yeah, I'm not happy with it. But yeah, Coda was kind of a bad deal for him. I know he blew the engine shifting or whatever.
How about Medina lead now here? Jose Medina to the front, 24. Leading with that Dallas, you said that Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders?
Well, I don't know if it's cheerleaders. I don't see cheerleaders on it, but you know, that probably wouldn't be that bad. There's a football player riding a horse, so.
Would that make him a cowboy?
Well, a football cowboy, yeah, maybe.
Oh,
it's not the rhinestone cowboy, but yeah, sure.
Still staying out here though. They have not pitted. 19 Richie Coy right behind him. That is for position. Victory fuel forward.
And Lane Allen right behind him, and then Tyler Bowers as well, and even Casey McMullen. You know, I mean, I could speak for Casey that Casey's probably out there trying to save every little list drop he can.
He's usually the last car to pit in all these races.
Absolutely right. Yeah, if there's somebody out there I can say that's probably going to be able to maybe make this, it would probably be Casey right now. But I don't know. This top 4, there's a very good potential that they might be able to kind of maybe do this.
Well, we're going to see 22 laps remaining here at Texas. Still a long way to go if they're planning on saving.
Well, and now you got a lot of the guys who have tires and fuel. They're kind of cutting through this field right now too. I'm looking at the 34, the 99, the 61. They're cutting through the leaders right now. They're definitely just trying to get their lap back. But again, this is where the sketchy, bad stuff can happen. Where you definitely don't want to be, you don't want to have an issue right now.
Here comes the 61 to the outside of our leader. trying to get back on the lead lap, and he'll do it pretty. Oh my goodness, we're about 4 wide in the corner. The 34 Fetter Place trying to cut through the field and take advantage, trying to get underneath the 61 of Joshua Gaiman, who touches the wall off turn 2 there.
Well, Jose was running the low line, and then he gets to the up line. Richie was running the opposite line of Jose there for a minute, and yeah, all these fast cars. They get, you know, they're you know, we're not going to have chicanes till next week, but you know, chicanes and bus stops, oh my, but they're getting them this week, so they're getting a little practice.
This is like class racing. You got the cars
I know,
with newer
yeah.
tires burning through the cars with older tires. Reminds me of IMSA racing.
Yep. But yeah, Fetter Place definitely gets around the 61 pretty easily there, and
Yeah,
they've got. I'm trying to figure out too, like where is Wortman? And Wortman is crossing start-finish line
now,
as we speak, and yeah, Fetter Place was out of 4,
So-
exiting 4.
almost 3 seconds the difference between Wortman and Fetter Place.
Yep, yeah, I'm finally now seeing it. Yeah, 3-second difference. So yeah,
Yep.
definitely Fetter Place got a ways to go.
Yeah, but there's a 5-lap difference in tires as well. So
Well, this could be what we had talked about earlier. You know, it's really depending on when you go. If you waited a little longer, which I believe Fetter Place waited a little longer to kind of come in there. Oh yeah, he obviously did. Is he going to have enough tire now to kind of regain that, or is it just going to plateau on him? Is he friends with Tim Wortman? Is he going to say, "Hey, I like Tim Wortman too. Maybe I'll let him win"?
Tyler Bowers gets around Richie Coy for second place currently on the track. Again, 18 laps remaining. I don't see him being able. I think they're just stretching it out as far as they can. I don't see him being able to make this.
Well, it's one of those things. Yeah, you're either hoping for that caution, or you really might be able to make it.
I mean, we're looking at what, 70 laps at minimum for them to go.
Yeah, easily.
And we said
And
60
again,
was. I thought
right,
60
and-
was stretching it. I don't know.
And out of that top 6 right now, the only one to kind of come in and get a top off was Casey. 'Cause I don't believe anybody else, or no, Tyler as well.
But Tyler's charging forward now. What about Jose, man? What a job Jose's doing here. Leading
Yeah.
this race in the 24. He's had some tough luck on the track. Been very apologetic about some of the things that's happened, but looking good now out front, leading this race.
Yeah, he is. And somebody else who did pretty good, I guess Doyle said he finished 4th in his truck race, and
All right.
yeah, he's been racing since 2008.
That's about the time.
iRacing since 2008. So
Well,
yeah, you were
that's-
probably one of the newest iRacers that showed up around here.
Yeah. I
I'm a
dabbled
late
when it.
bloomer.
Well, I dabbled when it came out. Then I went back to 2K3 for a few years. Then we come back over here full time. So
Yeah, I was still 2K3 in 2008, all the way up to I think 2017. The league I was in, we were doing it, and then we finally migrated up here.
Casey McMullen around Lane Allen. And there goes the 40. Brian Messer around Casey McMullen to try to charge forward to try to get his lap back.
Yeah, we only have 12 guys on the lead lap right now. Jeff Chandler actually he is in the lucky dog position if a caution is to come out, but he is the one guy that he's looking for Medina on track, and he's got maybe about a half a corner to kind of get that lap back.
I'm trying to listen here. These guys they're soft pedaling it.
Oh yeah.
They are going to try to make it. Oh man, 14
Yep,
laps to go.
Well, I would imagine too. Some of these guys, they already know. They've already made their bed, and they already know for sure if they're going to have enough fuel to get to the end of this.
Listen, he's clutching it on entry 1.
Yeah.
Riding on board the 94 Bowers. Doing everything they can to save fuel. All right, well, the race is on. Is it going to be the fuel savers or the pit stoppers?
Well, and then we got to think about the pit stoppers because again, Wortman Jr. He is just entering. He's right over the tunnel right now in the middle of. He's exited 2 right now. If you figure where he is compared to Jose Medina has almost got a 3/4 of a lap lead over Wortman. So yeah, Wortman's really going to have to kind of step it up here.
All right.
If
Let's
he's
see
going
it.
to even be able to make it.
He's going to be at the line right now. And where's our leader? 3 and 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 3/4 of a lap, Tony.
Yep, man. That's what I was just saying, yeah. Remember, I'm good with fractions. 3/4, that's a fraction. Yeah, he's got a long way to go here, and I mean that's not a lot of laps to get there. I mean, the only thing they could be hoping for right now is you know, the thing starting to sputter and spit and spit, you know, because they can't they don't have any gas left. Okay, Jeff Chandler though gets his lead back, or gets the lap back from Jose Medina, so he has made that pass.
This is going to be a question of who's saving the most up here, because
yeah,
you know, you hear Tyler, he's coasting.
Well, and Tyler, if you think about it too, he's running behind Medina. He's really not trying to make a high end or low end to try to get around him. So I mean, he could possibly be using a little bit of that traffic as well to maybe save a little bit and just kind of keep the speed up. Well, I say that now he's getting around him. He's making this pass. Although he's got David Duran, who's a few laps down now, so that might kind of choke up the play here. Wow. Then you got Brian Messer with some newer tires and fuel behind him, so they're going to have to take a little lap here to sort this out here.
Oh, we got a car back there behind him.
Yeah, I believe that was David Duran there.
All right, well,
yeah. Tyler's still the lead now.
Wortman look in his mirror, and he's got Brandon Fetterplace closing on him. And this is a battle for 8th and 9th. If those guys can make it, this will not be for the lead, but Fetterplace closing hard here.
Well, that's that 5-lap difference you were talking about. So, yeah. The 5-lap definitely has worked into Brandon's favor there. And I'm sure there's a calculation, you know, if you go 5 laps, maybe, you know, and then, you know, maybe it's like a multiple of 4. You got 20 to go. You got 5 laps to maybe make that up, or, you know, I wonder if there's a calculation for that somewhere. Somebody probably figured it out. I bet you one of these pro teams has probably figured that out. The ideal point and time to pit.
Yep, side by side between Tim Wortman and the 34 Fetterplace. Battle for 8th spot would be the lead if everybody in front pits, but I think we're in the situation, 7 laps to go, where these guys are going to try to stretch it to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be really surprised if some of these guys can make it here, but and I'm kind of looking at Casey McMullen right now. He's running 4th. He's all over the bumper of Richie Coy.
He is, because he saved enough early on to make a charge here at the end. Here he comes. 19 Okoye off the pace. 71's going to get to the inside. Battle for 3rd. Oh, they can't quite get there.
I don't know if he's off the pace as much as he's off the throttle.
Well, if you're off the throttle, you're off the pace.
That's true, yeah. And you got to look at Kermit Henney too. You know, he stayed out as well, and he's fighting for that position too. With Lane Allen, even that group of 4 in that screenshot. That is definitely, they're all fighting for spots here.
And he gets around the 71 of Coy. 71 of Mullen goes underneath the 19 of Coy. It's like he's got fuel to burn as he goes by both of them in the 3rd spot. Last week's winner, the 84 of Kermit Henney.
There's that momentum we've talked about. And, yeah, the momentum and the confidence kind of gets you up there. And a little bit of good strategy and maybe a rabbit's foot don't hurt.
Strategy and confidence will get you there, but fuel's going to have to get you to the end tonight.
That's right. All right, Casey gets under the 19 now, so Casey up to 4th. They are all, Kermit's actually starting to close in on the 24 here of Jose Medina. Jose is definitely kind of slowing down, so I'm wondering if Jose's looking at laps, looking at that fuel.
3 laps to go.
Yeah.
He could still get there.
Who's going to have enough? I mean, the beauty is right now, if you're in this top 5 or even top 6 right now with Lane Allen, you've got 11 seconds to Brandon Fetterplace behind him in 7th. And if you could just save enough, and I mean, you got a pretty good 11-second buffer there, you should be able to come out.
2 laps to go. Kermit Henney's closing in. Meanwhile, Tolly Bowers has just kind of pulled away from these guys. The battle's going to be for 2nd. Here comes Henney looking to the inside, the 24 up the track. trying to save some fuel.
And he gets by him easy.
So Kermit up to second spot.
That's right. Lane Allen getting around the 19 now as well.
Yeah, Lane Allen fighting to the inside of Coy for fourth. He's going to, or for fifth, sorry, he's going to get that. White flag, though, is out for a leader. 1 lap to go for Tyler Bowers in the 94.
And Fetter Place running seventh. He's got 9 seconds, but he is never going to get there in 9 seconds.
These guys really saving on this last lap. 24.
That's right.
Really slow off turn 2. Is he going to have enough fuel to make it to the end here?
Yeah, he may have. Again, I kind of feel like he was leading that group there for a while, and I think Tyler
off turn 4 for the final time. The 94. Tyler Bauer is going to win here at Texas.
Wow. Fuel mileage. Jose Medina's saying he's out of fuel.
He's out of fuel. He coasts across the line for a 3rd place, though. Great run for Jose. Casey McMullen up to 4th. Lane Allen finishes in 5th. Richie Coy out of fuel in 6th. 7th spot for it. Brandon Fetter placed first guy on tires and fuel. So there you go. What a race.
Man. Casey missed it by maybe 100 feet. You almost had a podium there. But I knew, I kind of knew some of these guys were going to stretch it. And I'm just amazed they had the gas. So I can't wait to talk to some of these guys. But how about Kermit, man? 1 and 2, 2 in a row. I mean, that's that momentum. That's that confidence right there. 94. Can't wait to talk to him.
Yep, looking forward to it. 94, Tyler Bowers. So getting another win here tonight. Burning it down as much as he can at the front stretch. I think he's sputtering now, running out of fuel. But going to bring it to the start-finish line and do a quick burnout on the wall. While he does that, let's look at our final results here. The Texas 250, Tyler Bowers getting it done here tonight, taking the victory for Hot Lap Heroes. They split the strategy, and this side of the strategy won. I know Fetter Place decided to pit. Nick Alfred it was a disappointing finish there with his issue on pit road, but Tyler Bowers saved enough fuel, able to take on the checkered flag. Kermit Henney finishes in 2nd spot in that number 84 Chevrolet. Third place for the 24 Jose Medina. Great run for him. Another great run for the 71 of Casey McMullen, finishing up in 4th position. 5th spot goes to the Lane Allen machine, the number 14. The 19 Victory Fuel Ford of Richie Coy finishes in 6th. 7th spot for the 34 of Brandon Fetter Place. 8th spot for Tim Wortman in that 83. 9th going to go to Kevin Ruff in the number 99. 10th spot going to Julio Villalobos in the number 45.
All right, finishing 11th. Joshua Gaiman in the car 61 led a few laps there as well. Obviously, yeah, fuel just not, the stop's not in his favor there. Another Joshua Wakefield finishing 12th in car 44. Jeff Chandler finishing 13th in car 31. Brian Messer, car 40, finishing 14th. Derek Catt, car 29, finishing 15th. He's their first car lap down. Nick Elford had that pit road issue, 16th spot. Chad Curran, 17th spot. David Duran, 18th spot. Ben Tracy, 19th. Austin DeMore, 20th. Victor Fluger, 21st. Zach Stevens, 22nd. Brian Bliss, 23rd. And then Mason Hoffner rounding out the 24-car field tonight.
All right. Well, that one's in the book. Texas Motor Speedway put on another great show here. We had a fuel mileage race to end this one off. And the Texas 250 in the books with Tyler Bowers, your winner. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers, see what they have to say about tonight's race. And we'll do all that on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are BESTONE.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, BESTONE isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, BESTONE has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. BESTONE, selling tires, serving people. We are BESTONE.
Back here at Texas Motor Speedway, finishing up the Texas 250 for this Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Full Throttle Television. We're going to kick it over to our post-race show. And our post-race show, of course, is sponsored by, let's see, Fine Line and Whiskey Podcast. They got some fun stuff going on, man. Their podcast is always fun to listen to. They highlight the NASCAR news and storylines each week, and they got a lot to talk about this week with Kyle Busch at the end of the race, Denny Hamlin. They had some great racing all week, so definitely want to tune in and listen to those guys, see what their takes are on all the action that happened this week in NASCAR. Fine Line and Whiskey Podcast, you can find it on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Definitely want to listen to those guys and hear what they have to say. Looking forward to that, but also looking forward to listening to our top three finishers, starting with somebody we haven't talked with yet here on the broadcast, but we're going to get talked to him tonight. Our third place finisher tonight, the 24, Jose Medina. Jose, congratulations, man. What a run. Fuel mileage race there at the end, but what a great finish, man. Top three.
Yeah, I can't believe it, man. It was when I came out of the pits on the last pit run I did, I looked at the fuel gauge and I'm like, it's going to be real close. So I start off in fifth gear, and then I tried running as much as fifth gear. And then my little mistake was that I went down to fourth gear for a minute to pass some cars. And then I realized again that I was below, I was going to make it. So I went back to fifth gear, and thank God I barely made it with enough fuel to make it across the line.
Yeah, well, I saw you sputtered across the line there. Barely had enough fuel to get it, but you were able to hang on to third over Casey. It was close there, man. But we were, listen, we were surprised you guys could make it too. We had estimated, I had 55 estimated, and I was like, 60 is going to be tough. You guys went over 70 laps on a fuel tank. I'm just going to throw my calculations out the window, because obviously you guys figured it out. You did what you needed to do, man. You got there.
Yeah, it was I give it a little bit of luck, but a chance. I threw a curveball, so it worked out. So I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Great finish there, third place. I know you were looking forward to a run like this to kind of get everything that's happened kind of behind. Behind you and kind of show what you could do out there, man. You had a great run going, led some laps, had a good run. Tyler, I don't know what he did to save. I think he's got an extra fuel tank in his car, but anyway, we'll get to that. But anyway, man, again, congratulations. You're new in the booth. We haven't talked to you yet. When we do that, we try to get a little insight of the drivers that are out there and what they're doing. I want you to tell us where you're from, where do you come from, what's your background in racing? Give us a little background on Jose Medina. Who are we talking to?
You're talking to a retired correction officer, 55 years old. I retired at 50 5 years ago. I did 24 years of service as a correction officer in California, a little town called Soledad. It's a prison town. We got 2 prisons here. And I've been married for 34 years. I got I got a daughter and a son, and they're already out of the house. So I claimed one of the rooms and made it my hobby before I retired. And it's just a blessing to be away from that negative environment I used to work in, and I don't miss it at all.
Yeah,
but it was a blessing.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I completely understand. I worked security for a couple of years myself, so I can completely understand, sort of kind of completely understand. I know prison's a whole different thing, but man, it's good to have you out there. It's good to have finally a good run, something you can celebrate. You've shown what you can do out there, leading those laps, consistent on track. Again, congratulations, man. What a run. And I guess you locked up a top three, if you want to say it that way. All right, I'm going to see myself out, man. I'm going to throw it to you, though, and let you do your shout-outs and your sponsor plugs.
Thank you, Brody. I want to give a shout out to the whole broadcasting crew. You guys do an amazing job, and the admins, the league owner, um, awesome. Getting this opportunity to be able to race with a great group of guys that I know. A lot of guys that I know here are real clean drivers and real respectful, and I appreciate it. A league like this, and shout out to my Dallas Cowboys, of course. I had the Dallas Cowboy card today. I had to, and
Yep.
see if they don't choke again this year. But we'll see with that. And of course, I want to give a shout out to Ken from Ryko Performance, and all the team at Ryko, and and everybody else. And a shout out to my family and everybody watching. It was a great race, and that'll be it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Jose, it's great to have you in the league, man. Great to finally talk to you as well. Great to see you up front. I love to see some new guys, new faces up front. That's awesome to see, man. So congratulations, and we'll try to talk to you more often, man. We head to Watkins Glen next week, so I guess we'll see you there.
Yes, sir. You guys have a good night.
All right. Well, there's your third place finisher tonight, Jose Medina, getting it done. Great to talk to some new blood up here. Love to hear his story and kind of his background. Love to hear it. So happy to hear him having a good time out there. So third place tonight. Tony, I believe you're standing by with one guy that did one better and come up one short of another win back to back. That is the 84 of Kermit Henney.
Yep, standing here with Kermit Henney, man. Man, you're on a tear. Is it momentum or luck? I mean, what's going on? Hard Charger tonight started 20th, finishing second. I mean, what's going on? I mean, you are just jumping the competition. I had to throw kind of a frog pun in there.
Yeah, I like that. I think what it was, guys, I just enjoyed talking to both of you last week. And I was like, let me see what I can do this week just so I can get back into the Fine Line of Whiskey podcast post-race show. Arguably the best part about the entire league is this Fine Line of Whiskey podcast post-race show. Appreciate you guys.
Oh man, yeah, we were watching. We were just wondering. I mean, I know Brody and I were trying to do the old little calculator. We had our abacuses out and trying to figure out who's going to have gas, who's going to be able to get through it. And I mean, you obviously knew you had a few extra drops of gas in there because you started making some passes towards the end of the run. I mean, you get by Jose. I know you were racing Lane Allen and Richie Coy there for a little while. I mean, how much more gas did you actually have, and what was the secret?
Well, let me start saying, if we got Tony and Brody doing math, like we're all in trouble.
I'm a fraction guy. That's why I always tell everybody I'm a fraction.
Yeah, so coming out of that caution, we knew we were right on the fuel window, so I immediately started saving, just right around fifth gear. And then as it was coming down, I was just so busy looking at, I have the eye overlay fuel calculator, and every lap I'm just staring at the green dots. I'm like, all right, I'm good. And then I realized that there's only 10 laps to go. I was like, oh shit, I guess I should push a little bit. And then, yeah, we closed the gap on a handful of guys there on those closing laps. That was a lot of fun. Shout out Tyler. We were talking about the fuel strategy going like on those closing laps, like, hey, make sure we're saving here. I think we can make it. Yeah, and it worked out. That was a fun run. Obviously saving fuel, but we saw the tires be aggressive there at the end.
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys, everybody that saved fuel. I mean, it definitely. I don't think anybody with that did take tires or fuel were able to kind of get a jump on you guys. I mean, it definitely was the right strategy. I mean, do you have a clutch pedal on your sim? I mean, I know some people maybe even use a button for a clutch. Were you even thinking about clutching? I mean, what were some of the strategies you were doing just to actually even save the gas? Jose, just before he was talking about he had a little bit different gear and he was using fifth gear a little bit as well. So I'm just curious to know so we could take notes. Brody and I need the extra notes to kind of figure out what you guys are doing out there.
Yeah, I think race pace, you're going to click down to fourth, but saving fuel, I was going fifth. I'm not as good as these guys to like use 3 pedals. I try to stick to 2. I think Tyler's going to talk about using that clutch, but he's here pretty often. I have to have the help of the hot lap heroes to push me to victory in plate tracks and fuel mileage in the 1.5. But I'll tell you what, that was a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun to watch. You guys put on a good show and a big shock and a surprise to us all. Again, man, top 2 weeks in a row. What do you think next week for the Glen?
I think you're gonna have you're not gonna have a frog in the booth next week, but glad to make 2 weeks in a row. That's pretty cool.
Well, never say never, but man, again, congrats on second, and the floor is yours, my man.
Yeah, shout out Jace Motorsports, JC Evans again, bringing me in a couple years ago, last year maybe. Casey. He had a good run, also fuel mileage, Josh, and then Julio. So we have a good team here. Then the Hot Lap Hero guys, we all chat in the Discord on and off weeks, as we talked about last week. I gave a shout out to Team Red, White, and Blue last week. Let me give a plug to Yingling as well, who partners with Team Red, White, and Blue for that nonprofit dedicated to enriching the lives of American veterans through health and wellness. So, Yingling, I'm a PA guy myself. So Yingling, best beer in America. Full throttle sim racing league, best league in the iRacing series, and Jace Motorsports. Maybe we have something for the Hot Lap Heroes next year. We had a good run today.
Well, you keep working with them. Yeah, you're going to learn a few tricks from those guys out there. But yeah, again, man, congrats on second. And yeah, we'll see you next week, dude. Good job.
Appreciate it, guys. God bless America.
All right, Mr. Brody, you're with the fuel saver of the fuel savers tonight, Mr. Tyler Bowers.
Yeah, I'm standing out here in victory lane with Tyler Bowers, getting it done once again, getting that checkered flag here at Texas Motor Speedway. But man, you had to save a little fuel to get there tonight. But looks like it paid off perfectly. You kind of pulled away there at the end. I guess you had plenty of fuel, right?
This is not how I expected to end up in victory lane. We started off that run there kind of weird when I hit Feder place under the pits. I figured he was going to be ghosted, but he hadn't been, and so I ended up with some nose damage. I had to sit in the box and repair it. I had about 30 seconds of repairs, and so when I came back out, I was like, you know what, I might as well just come back down and top off. And then I realized I was probably going to be close on fuel, and so I just started clutching every lap into one. And then once I was good, I started pushing a little bit, and then I would save a little bit, and then I came across the finish line with a lap to the good. So definitely one of the weirder ones that I've won. Usually really bad at fuel saving, so that's a surprise to me.
This is why I like talking to you guys, because we get some storylines we didn't know. I didn't know you guys had contact there on pit road. And I guess that's why you and Feder Place both were back there. I thought you guys had kind of planned on, making that second stop and trying to make it on fuel.
No, he like I said, when we were following, and he was right in front of me, and so when we both pulled in, because I think we were pitted right next to each other, or maybe he was one stall behind me, but when we pulled in, it didn't ghost both the cars, and so I made contact with him, and it nosed him into the wall, and so he had to repair a little bit, and then we just had to restart at the back, and he pushed to the front, and I just kind of rode in the back and saved fuel, so I'm glad it worked out in my favor.
Well, I think you guys had them covered either way, man. One of you guys, you were back there saving fuel. Nick and Brandon were really quick. Unfortunately, Nick had that issue on pit road as well. So you guys had them covered one way or the other, I guess, saving fuel versus running flat out and making that pit stop. And looks like your call worked out tonight. So it was cool to see some fuel strategy, man, though. You talking about saving fuel, and I know Kermit kind of hinted at it, the different ways of saving fuel, clutching it, running in fifth. You have the fifth gear option in this car, so you can run in fifth gear the whole time. What are some of the strategies you guys use to save fuel?
So the whole race before, I was running fourth gear into turn one downshift, and you could dig off of the corner. But I used from the drop of the green. After that caution, I was using fifth the whole time. I never put it in fourth again, just because I know that lower RPM, you're going to burn less fuel. So, and then I was clutching to help. And then when I got behind Jose, once I got behind him, I kind of rode a little bit in his draft and was lifting on the backstretch a little bit, just riding behind him. And then once I realized Wortman wasn't going to catch us, that's when I kind of went and passed Jose and pulled out a lead. And I think Kermit did the same thing. He said he came across with like 5 or 6 laps to go and realized he had enough fuel, so he pushed to push up to second.
Yeah, absolutely. And that worked out because he gained a few spots. You got around Jose pretty easy there and just kind of pulled out a lead in case anything happened. So good strategy for you guys. Again, another win number 3 of the season for you. So another great finish there as well. Maybe a little unexpected, but strategy worked out, man. You planned ahead and the plan worked. So congrats on that. I'm going to throw it to Tony though. I'll let Tony have a word.
Well, yeah, first of all, I just want to say congrats, man. That was a hell of a run. And I almost want to start a new segment here on FTSR, going against the grain. Because, last week we saw your teammate help out another friend, and he kind of went in there against the grain of teammates. This week, you did the complete opposite of what your team did. So you kind of went against the grain. What was the decision making there? I mean, you saw your teammates kind of going in. I assume you knew Nick had some issues, but why did you decide to stay out when everybody else was pitting?
I think that once we went back to green, I was already in the back, and I know that track position is super important at Texas. It's already hard enough to pass, and so I figured the only way to beat Wortman or Cavan or Better Place or Nick was to probably save fuel there. I don't think I would have drove up to the front and passed them outright on speed. We were all fairly similar on speed, so I think that was the only way to get by was probably save fuel and do what I did. So I know Better Place and Nick will say the same thing, that when it comes to winning the race, you kind of put the team on the back burner a little bit, to a degree, obviously, but the win is what's important.
Yeah. Screw you guys, I'm going to the front kind of thing. Yeah. But man, yeah, no, again, awesome move. I mean, I'm blown away. So many guys were able to make that fuel run, and put you in victory lane. So good call, good job tonight, and I guess we'll see you next week at the old Roadie Road.
Yeah, I'm excited for Watkins Glen. I don't usually do too well at road courses, but we'll see. We'll see what we got, especially with the runoff areas and stuff in Watkins Glen, like it is in real life. You can go like way off the track in turn 1. It's kind of fun now, and of course, real life they've changed the runoff spaces now allegedly. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right.
And
they did update it a bit,
and we'll see when we get that too. I don't know, maybe a couple of years. We'll see. But
yeah.
But man, again, congratulations. I was going to ask you about Watkins Glen, but you answered my question. So congratulations on the win again. Win number 3 tonight. We'll see if we can see you next week at Watkins Glen to go for number 4, man. So congrats, and we'll see you then. Oh, okay, yeah.
Appreciate it.
We'll let you do your shout outs to your sponsor. Yeah. Let's do that first. Go ahead.
I just want to shout out to Jose and Kermit for both, doing the same strategy and getting some podiums, second podium for Kermit back to back. And Jose, he mentioned he doesn't run up front very well, but he was super pumped about getting that 3rd place. So it's fun to see new guys up here, and just thank Premier Racing Setups. They're always building fast stuff. Save 22 Vet, Victory Fuel. You guys for putting on the broadcast, and the Fine Line Whiskey guys for doing their stuff and sponsoring us as well.
All right, man. Well, good to see you up front once again, man. Taking that checkered flag. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next week at the Glen.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All
right, there's your winner tonight, Tyler Bowers in the 94, taking the checkered flag tonight. Tony, was a good race, exciting race. It came down to the end. Some of these guys running bone dry in that fuel cell.
Well, we talked about this earlier. Yeah, he might be low on fuel, but he's got 3 wins. He's going to get a 4-pack of Victory Fuel in every flavor now. So he's not going to be dry of Victory Fuel when he finally gets his payout. But just awesome. I love this, how the strategy kind of worked out. We had some guys that needed it. They didn't think they were going to save, and some guys said, I'm going to roll the dice and try to get this thing to work. And I'll tell you, if you could save, that was the move tonight, for sure.
A little bit of strategy, a little bit of drama, a little bit of fuel, but a lot of excitement here tonight at Texas as Tyler Bowers gets it done. We look forward to Watkins Glen next week. Make sure to tune in here 9 p.m. Eastern here on Full Throttle Television to watch the Watkins Glen race here for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. You don't want to miss it. I'm sure we're going to see some new names up front, some guys that are road course ringers. maybe taking advantage of this opportunity to get out there and kind of showcase what they can do. It's going to be a lot of fun. You don't want to miss it. Monday nights, 9 p.m. right here on Full Throttle Television. But that's going to do it for us here at Texas Motor Speedway. The Texas 250 in the books. And Tyler Bowers getting the checker flag here tonight in the number 94. So for Full Throttle Television, for Tony Solari, my name's Brady Hanna. Hope you guys enjoyed like we did. Hope you enjoyed following along. We'll see you next Monday from the Glen.